Have you ever noticed the harder you try to be more productive, the more tired you feel, even when you're doing everything right? The problem isn't that you're doing too much. The problem is you're holding too many decisions. Hi, I'm Shar, a fractional online business manager, here to help you expand your time, revenue, and creativity. At a certain stage of leadership, productivity stops giving you relief, not because systems don't matter, not because their efforts not being put in, but because the role itself has changed. Most creative CEOs feel this shift before they have a language for it. They're doing all the right things, they're working efficiently, and yet it feels like the pressure never lifts. This tends to show up once a business is working. Revenue is coming in, offers are established, decisions carry weight. At that point, execution is no longer the constraint. Attention is. Productivity helps you move faster, but it doesn't protect your attention. As productivity expands, speed alone can't create space. It can only help you move more quickly through the same pressure. Over time, effort stops translating into relief, not because you're inefficient, but because all the decisions keep landing on you. Decision fatigue rarely arrives as a breaking point. It builds quietly through volume. What to review, what to approve, what to respond to, what to revisit later. Each one really small, but together they're relentless. You can be highly productive, but still feel internally compressed. This is especially familiar to leaders who care deeply about their work. They stay involved because they're capable. They hold things because they're conscientious. And for a long time, this involvement works. Eventually, leadership asks for a different relationship with the involvement of effort. Leadership begins to create breathing room when it starts to create space. Space to think without interruption, space to notice when something actually needs your judgment, and this is why high capacity leaders stop chasing productivity naturally, not because it failed them, but because they notice that it no longer matches the role that they're in. If you've been trying to push through this with better tools, tighter schedules, or more discipline, there's nothing wrong with you. You haven't lost momentum and you haven't fallen behind. You've reached a point where clarity matters more than effort. And most people don't tell creative CEOs, in fact, that that point has happened. Leadership doesn't create relief by producing more. It creates relief by deciding less. Not fewer goals, but fewer demands on your attention. That's where the calm begins to return. The next video, we'll talk about the CEO level decisions that actually make growth sustainable without pushing harder. I'll see you there.